Welcome to NUTRIFY Today Talks, the first of its kind talk show to create networking opportunities, do business, and upskill ourselves. The talk show brings to you the best of minds from the nutraceutical industry ecosystem worldwide. Each guest is handpicked based on our outcome criteria, creating networking opportunities, or enabling business, or upskilling. If you think nutraceutical B2B, hop on to the NUTRIFY Today podcast. Learn and network at our platform and strike great business opportunities.
Hello and welcome to NutriHub, the heart of nutraceuticals marketing success. I'm your host, Gillian Fish. I'm the founder and CEO of the 6am agency. We're a marketing and communications agency based in Australia and Asia, and we're deeply passionate about building brands across the nutraceutical supply chain. Today, we are honored to connect with Yashna Garg, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of Zeon Lifesciences. Yashna is a young and dynamic entrepreneur. She's the winner of the 40 Under 40 Leaders Award by the Times of India. She's made a name for herself in the nutraceuticals industry with her background in interior design. Originally, Yashna pursued her passion for design by attending prestigious institutions in the United States, like the Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta. In 2020, she transitioned into marketing, seamlessly blending her creative flair from the world of design with strategic acumen. With her design expertise and international outlook, she brings in a dynamic and very unique approach to marketing. Yashna's attitude towards consistent growth and her expertise have proved hugely valuable to Zeon Lifesciences, where she initially joined as a design consultant and then took over the company's design operations, which reduced the turnaround time for artwork and delivery and improved the design structure in all areas of the company's branding. Today, she leads a dynamic team of marketers, which are supporting the business growth of more than 100 customers around the globe. Astounding success, Yashna. It is an honor to welcome you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Jill.
It's a great pleasure. Yashna, your career journey is fascinating, and it's one that's really quite unique, evolving from the field of design into heading up marketing, and very successfully so. I'd really value it if we could start off with you sharing more about your career journey. Who inspired you and how did you get onto this path?
So my career journey, you've summed it up pretty nicely, covering my interior design background. And in 2020, when I came to India, I wanted to set up my own design studio. So I actually sort of restarted my career here by joining Pearl Academy as a visiting faculty for a semester. And during that time, we had online classes and offline classes. March 2020, when COVID hit, the interior design market fell drastically because of the pandemic. And the only way to teach remaining was to take online classes, and that was not easy. Like, teaching design online is extremely tough. And that's actually sort of where my marketing journey started, with website redesign for Zeon. And this was all during the COVID period when everything was shut. There were no events, there were no conferences. So I went through Zeon's website, and I knew that it needed a complete revamping to stay relevant in the industry, because the only way to market now was digital marketing. So I was deep diving into the new design, and at the same time, I was soaking up everything I could about Zeon. Diving into that project, it really opened up my eyes to the world of marketing, and I just found myself with so many ideas just popping into my head. And that's how I ended up joining Zeon as a design consultant. And I knew that all the ideas that I had, they did have potential. So I gathered a team that could help me execute those ideas. And a collaborative effort not only streamline the design processes, reduce turnaround times for artwork deliveries, but it also laid a foundation for a creative marketing team. And you can say, like, coming from a business background, there's already a strategic mindset inside my head, and I don't realize that as much. And when I combine that mindset with my design expertise, I think it just made the company's design operations much better by enhancing the efficiency and delivering premium work that we do. And over time, little by little, my efforts and ideas were recognized. And now, as the CMO, I get to lead these amazing bunch of marketers that contribute to over 100 plus clients globally. And my entire journey has been about constant learning and unleashing the creative realm and believing in my team. I don't micromanage, and I give them uh, I give them complete ownership of the work that they do, and they make their decisions, because it's not, if I don't do that, then I don't think I would be a good leader. I need to give them the responsibility to take their decisions so that they can be good leaders in the future.
That's an incredible story, because what it says to me, Yashna, is that you have the ability to see talent where others might not. So where it comes, it doesn't necessarily come from a traditional marketing field. Just when once building a marketing team through your own learnings of your own career and the talent that you've put together, what do you think the golden nugget is, or the secret sauce, as I call it, to finding and unlocking that talent, marketing talent, that's effective and delivers a result that others might not know about because of where you've come from?
I think it's just giving people that ownership of their work. It's really not that hard, honestly. I think when we get too much caught up in what uh, you think is right, that's where the problem starts to occur, right? And like, just trying to understand what people want. And my strategy is, they sort of combine, let's just say, use of advanced technology and smart use of data, and focusing on personalized experiences, right? We, in today's date, use several fancy tools. We use CRM tools, analytic tools, and AI, but these are just the engine. What makes it work is combining that power with deep empathy for our customers. um, so my team, we all sit together, we analyze the data to understand their needs, and then use technology to deliver those personalized experiences. Um, Using AI for personal recommendations is actually proven to be quite successful for us. Like, if any client, they come up to us and they say we want an X type of a product, we are able to take the help of AI to take help from AI, so that we can generate some sort of bundles or products that people would buy together. And we have also seen what's working in the market and what's not, and we then offer them a complete holistic solution. And these technologies may vary, but the focus is on adopting the tools that basically enhance the efficiency and provide valuable insights to our customers. And when it comes to those marketing areas, I think it's very, like I mentioned, empathy is really important, right? So we do end up sharing a lot of people oriented posts on social media, that is like sharing any sort of office activities, any celebrations, trainings, or if there's any puja, etc., that's uh, done in the office, because that's the sort of content that people easily relate to, and you don't have to be very specific to the niche. So we have particularly seen a lot of engagement in those areas. And not everything has to be about services and the products that you have to offer. It's beyond, it's about the culture, it's about building those relationships, and that's what keeps people engaged and they keep coming back for more.
I
Yeah.
think that's marvelous. I think that's a wonderful philosophy. I guess what you're talking about is being human-centric in everything that you do, and putting the human being at the center, be it the customer or the employee or team member or whatever it is. I guess we run the risk in this day and age now with the excitement of AI, of some marketers losing that just to become more functional because it becomes easier with AI. How do you think you're going to keep a check on that? The balance between the efficiency and the prowess of AI and still keeping that empathy, as you say, the human-centric approach?
Well, there is no doubt that, consumer trust and having that scientific credibility are important. We are in the field of nutraceuticals, and obviously that is something that we cannot let go, right? Um, so we are obviously following the strict regulations and all that are there in the market, but we're also trying to push boundaries of science with our in-house DSR certified R&D lab and NABL accredited quality labs. And that's where our team of research scientists really shines. So they take those complex studies and then translate them into rock solid evidence that backs the claims that we have. And those facts are then turned by our marketing team into really engaging stories, and so that we can craft them into different forms of data like infographics or videos, or it could be connecting through real life examples so that people are able to resonate with it. And at the same time, we ensure that the data or the information that we're giving out, the posts that we're giving out, are visually appealing, because eyes, they are the first thing to grab attention. That's the way that you can get their attention on social media. It has to be made pretty, even if uh, it is some serious information. And it goes
Yes.
through a double-layered vetting process. We have an in-house regulatory team and a product marketing team that is reviewing everything we create, ensuring that the information that is going out is accurate. Because we don't want to get lost in just, trying to make it pretty. We don't want to get lost in providing inaccurate information. So that's what we try to do. And we understand that making health choices can be overwhelming, and that's why we try to create products that people can trust and that are backed by science and that are crafted with a lot of care. And I'm glad that at Zeon, we're now being known beyond just the nutraceutical related industry. I know I've met so many people, I've had interactions with so many people that now, they don't just see us as a contract, as in, we're not bound in the nutraceutical industry. Like, people would know us as Zeon Lifesciences, but now that I go beyond, they would see our name on the products and recognize us, who we are. We're not just in the market manufacturing area now. And that makes me really happy. Like, I'm doing something good and my marketing techniques are working.
Indeed, it's not an easy feat to launch a brand that gets so recognized over and above being a contract manufacturer. So kudos to you. And I guess that's one of the reasons which contributed to your award by the Times of India for your 40 Under 40 Leaders Award. I believe you've been listed as an outstanding leader, unlocking exceptional growth with cutting-edge technology, creative marketing strategies, and everything that you've spoken about, personalization and so forth. And those are terms which are bandied about, often. The question is what is it that's made your strategy so successful in terms of how you lead? So you've told us about putting empathy and, the human-centric approach, but your leadership, what is that?
My leadership is, I think it's very simple, Jill. I've mentioned before as well, and I strongly believe in giving ownership of work. I would sit with my team and understand what's going on a day-to-day basis, just once a day, or even maybe if we have to sit in once in 3 days, that's not the point, right? But it's about, are the processes that we're doing, are they right? Or are we moving on another path? Do we need a discussion here and there? Um, that's pretty much all. Like, the team that I have, and touchwood, it's been really great. I don't have to, sort of tell or pinpoint anybody, you're not working today. Why is this not happening? They're all just self motivated to work. And I think, um, being in the age that I am able to sort of navigate through that dialogue with one another, which is very informal and it's friendly, right? My doors
Yes.
are open. People can come into my office, talk to me, and they don't even necessarily, maybe have to be my age. Even if they're older to me or they're younger to me, I share the same sort of respect that I would as to my mother or my father. I do not believe too much in hierarchy. Like, if somebody is lower to you, that's when you actually show respect to somebody, and that's what makes you a good human being. And I think, that's where it goes beyond that, where you can be a good leader.
That's inspirational. In some of my talks that I'm lucky enough to do, I talk about what's called the generational handover. And that is the handover of leadership from baby boomers to millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z eventually. And I think it's the biggest challenge that we're finding in any business, where you have these major differences where one group has been brought up, digital first, tech savvy, etc., and the other, the baby boomers, is still learning. And there are lots of nuances just in terms of how we communicate. So I think what you've brought to that narrative is really very, very valuable, and also how to lead and grow those teams, but importantly, to be successful, which takes me to my next question. One of your campaigns, or you talk about celebrating the freedom of small choices, which is Zeon Lifesciences platform. There's a lot of creative tension in that, right? Freedom means big, blue sky, and small is tiny, tiny little blocks, so to speak. Can you share the inspiration for that and how you wish your audiences to really interpret that?
Sure. So celebrating the freedom of small choices, actually comes, if you really think about it, comes from the blend of my two different worlds. In nutraceuticals, we're focused on empowering people to take control of their health, one informed choice at a time. And in interior design, it's all about creating spaces that nurture well being and inspire positive habits. So it hit me that those small shifts in your environment, let's say, for example, swapping a green tea for milk tea on a daily basis, right? That can have a ripple effect on your overall health. And it might seem counterintuitive, but freedom lies in owning your journey. And it's not easy. It takes a long time, and you've got to be extremely disciplined for it. So every sip, every step, every decision, however small, there's a chance to shape your well-being, and we have to hold ourselves responsible for that. In fact, internally, we do end up holding a lot of fitness sessions to break the monotony. And it's a reminder to ourselves, because in this busy world, there's so many people who don't get time to take care of their health. And I think at Xeon, we're just constantly reminding everybody by these small steps to take care of themselves. And it's not just a slogan, we practice it. And when we share about these small wins, even on social media, we see higher levels of engagement with our audience. And we want people to see that empowerment comes in, small size pieces. And we just want that people remember Xeon, not just as a manufacturer of supplements or anything like that. We want you to take healthier choices for a healthier you.
Wonderful. What a wonderful philosophy and a way to lead the company. So I've got a specific question for you now around being a relatively young female leader in what seems to be a male-dominated industry, or that I would imagine there are a number of men in your business as well. How do you feel you've been able to achieve that leadership impact that was needed to drive exceptional growth, and what have been the challenges as a young female leader?
Honestly, Jill, it has not always been easy. I think facing stereotypes and assumption based on my age and gender was quite normal. But instead of just pushing back, I used it as a fuel for, learning more and my overall professional growth. So, starting off, when I was designing Zeon's website, that's sort of when I think I put in about 4 to 6 months through that website, just understanding what nutraceuticals is, what we as a company, because that was just the starting point, just to understand what Zeon does and what services do we offer. And I reached out to different departments to understand in detail what we do, what kind of certifications do we have, what do they mean. So I was just soaking up all the knowledge like a sponge, and I adapted to the new challenges. And coming from a creative background, there is a unique perspective. So I chose to look at it as an asset and not a limitation. Um, and leadership wasn't really, for me, it wasn't about having all the answers, but it was about building a team that works towards a single goal. And like I've mentioned again, I don't believe in micromanaging. I empower people, I encourage collaboration, and try to foster an environment where everyone is valued and heard. Um, yeah, and age and gender, doesn't really matter. Talent and passion does. And I believe a happy team is going to be a productive team. Treating everyone with the same respect, creating a space where the voices are nicely heard, and celebrating wins together. And that's a culture that my father, Mr. Suresh Garg, has fostered over the years. And I believe in doing the same. I know it's been like he's made such a goodwill in the industry, and I want to honor that and go beyond um the kind of image that he's created for himself and the company. So it's more than just uh, profit, it's about building a community where everyone is thriving.
What a wonderful kind of legacy you're building into the future. Game changing, in fact, and the kind of leadership that we need. It's just one point to add, and perhaps discussion for another time, is the inequality in scientific research around products for females, for women, conducted by females themselves and on female patients. That's something the industry is looking at now at large. And whilst things may be evolving in marketing, I think that woman in science is something which is a big area that one should be looking at. And certainly we can discuss that at another time, but great insights there. What I'd like to ask you, Yashna, is if we got 3 takeaways from this discussion and the success of your marketing and the success of your leadership, importantly in unlocking the potential for your own folk, what are the 3 non-negotiables in your view one needs to achieve business success?
I think there's definitely a couple of things that I've learned along the way, and 3 things that really stick would be: one, know your audience inside and out. Listen to their needs, their wants, and then build your marketing around them. It's almost like giving somebody a personalized gift. And second would be to stay on your toes. Marketing is changing fast. Like, people around you are changing fast, the trends are changing, the habits are evolving, and there's new technology out every single day. So we have to be ready to adapt and embrace the change and keep those ideas absolutely fresh and coming. Third would be uh, let your data be your guide, because just guesswork does not work. We have to work on the numbers. The numbers show what is working and what is not working. So we have to make sure that we're using that data to tweak the marketing and getting the best results out of that.
I think those are really great guidelines for marketers to consider. And of course, those will help unpack the numerous challenges that we have, as you say, in this ever-changing landscape. Yashna, I'd like to say to you, this has been a fascinating discussion. I could go on talking to you for hours and hours, listening to your unique creative background combined with very sharp strategic business smarts, empathy at the center of everything that you do. It sounds like not only the marketing, but for your people. And then about empowered leadership, which is really what the new generations and, of course, those before us are looking for. Congratulations on your award, and sure that there are many more to come. And a huge thank you for joining us today. Your journey is surely going to inspire many, raise a lot of questions, I'm sure, and hopefully people will contact you to find out more. There's obviously no cookie cutter approach, in my view, to marketing, and each brand has its own unique way, and each leader. So every person brings in their own unique life insights. I'd also like to quickly thank our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you found this episode with Yashna's thought-provoking and informative as we did. Of course, many more questions that we could ask. I think we all need to just know that the world of well-being is vast, but we have a huge responsibility and an opportunity to really help millions of people around the world with our evidence-based nutraceuticals. And the work that marketers do is absolutely essential, as of course it is for scientists and everyone across the supply chain. Don't forget to subscribe to NutriHub, the heart of nutraceuticals marketing success, for more discussions, more podcasts. And if you've enjoyed today's NutriHub episode, please download from NUTRIFY today on Apple Podcast. Just remember to be well, keep developing and keep moving forward. And thank you for your time. Thank you.